The will she, won't she speculation is finally over for Senator Kyrsten Sinema. Not the speculation of whether she'd take the colors and ruffles of her dresses to new heights, but the speculation of whether she'd want to walk the halls of the Capitol for another 6 years, wearing bright yellow. And
because I choose civility, understanding, listening, working together to get stuff done, I will leave the Senate at the end of this year.
Yep. She will not be seeking re-election and be part of an historical three-way Senate race in Arizona. That's a state that's already under a political microscope for being a presidential swing state. The person that let out the biggest sigh of relief is Democratic Congressman Ruben Gallego, who's up by 10 points over Republican Kari Lake without Sinema in the race, but only up by 3 with her in it. But rather than just looking at the here and now of Sinema's decision, let's look back at how historical her election and short run in the U.S. Senate has been. Number one, in 2018, she became the first woman elected to the U.S. Senate by Arizonans. Number two, she became the country's first openly bisexual U.S. senator, elected from the allegedly bigoted state of Arizona. And in 2018, she became the first Arizona Democrat elected to the U.S. Senate since Dennis D. Concini in 1988. And then at the end of 2022, she became a Democrat.
I've been an independent. That's the voice I've been. And now they know that there's someone who's standing up with them and saying it doesn't have to be just Team A or Team B. It doesn't have to be red shirts versus blue shirts. It can be us actually working together to solve problems.
And became one of only 2 independent U.S. senators. And like Barry Goldwater and John McCain before her, she is a senator with national prominence, putting Arizona in the spotlight. But ASU history professor Brooke Simpson said that came at the expense of being popular locally, especially with Democrats. And it is only thanks to the razor-thin majority that Democrats have in the Senate that a freshman senator like Kyrsten Sinema was able to have some juice.
She took advantage of the situation, made a national reputation for herself, but often at the cost of her reputation among Arizona Democrats.
This shows me 2 things. 1, Sinema's smart. She used what she was handed to have the biggest impact, often to the benefit of our state. And 2, despite what we say about hating our two-party system and saying we want nonpartisan politicians who act independently, we don't really mean it. No. But I'd like to go back to number 1 for a second, because Kyrsten Sinema is so smart, I'd vote for her to come work for me if I had a business. And I can't wait to see what the future holds for this woman who's had an impact on Arizona's history, no matter how short that history's been.
Thanks for watching Sharper Point. Click to see more from Arizona's morning news and tap the button in the middle to subscribe.